finest girls high school championship games we have ever seen. Final score in overtime is Scottsburg 74, Benton Central 72, the thrill of victory.
What makes the '89 team special was the fact that they were so well balanced that year. Basketball is a team sport. It is not centered around one player, even though Renee Westmoreland dominated the papers at that time. We had height that year, we had speed that year, we had depth that year, we had outside shooters, we had an inside-outside game. We were good at sitting on the ball if we had to take the air out of it, as well as instantly speeding the game up. We were able to fast break. That was such a versatile team.
Ended up going into overtime, and we ended up winning 72-74. So it was, I still have cold chills now thinking about it. It was just, I mean, we couldn't believe it, but we could. You know, we knew we could do it, but the reality was like, wow, we did this, finally. We came back, of course, came back here to Meyer Gym, and it was full. I mean, everybody in the town was here. So it was just a great feeling to walk in and see all our fan base who followed us to Indianapolis and come back to just, they were just, I mean, we were it. We were it in Scottsburg.
Well, I guess I can quote Johnny Wooden when he said there's nothing like Indiana basketball. The high school, the community pulling together, I think that was the highlight, to get to see Scottsburg pulling together as a unit. The whole town seemed to support you. Even Southern Indiana seemed to support you.
What it means to you? I can't explain it, but I think you can.
Well, I'll tell you, Hilliard, I said it at the banquet. We had 4 teams that climbed the mountain. 4 of us were approaching the summit, but only 1 of us got to stand on the pinnacle, and I'm just thankful that it was my turn to be up there.
And the highlight was looking into the crowd and seeing people working together and not pulling separate, I think. And it was a great moment in life that very few people get to experience. I feel very blessed that I was one of the few that had an opportunity to see a team come together, see a community come together, and get a victory to represent little Southern Indiana. I guess it's supposed to mean a lot of success, but I focus more on the games I lost than on the games that I won, trying to figure out what could I have done to not lose that many games. I've had some great teams, and I feel like finally we get to state after 13 years of being at Scottsburg, and we broke the ice, but I had teams in the past that were just as talented. So saying that I won 700 plus games, I really don't focus on that. If that brings recognition to Scott County and that brings recognition to Scottsburg, and it does something for my players, then I'm all for it. But as far as saying that does something for me, I'm thankful for it, but I don't dwell on it.
I'm really proud of her to reach this milestone because nobody works harder. Basketball is not a 3 or 4 month game with her. She's constantly, it's all year round, basketball, 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 and she puts in the time. And, you know, she used to come and I lived way out of town, and she would come and get me because I couldn't get a ride in. She wanted me to play, and I couldn't be any more prouder of her because, and I got to be a part of that with playing and coaching.
What's unique about Coach Cheatham's style is that she goes into everything with detail, and anything that she sees wrong in practice, she'll stop us and make sure that we know, so we never make that mistake again, and we know from there.
The legend of Donna Cheatham, she is just a wonderful person. I've just seen her coach so many teams, and when I was growing up, I looked up to her so much. She's just so inspirational, and getting to play for her has been like such an honor.
For Cheatham to have 716 wins, it's just an amazing feeling because it's such a big part of Indiana basketball history, and it just feels so great to be a part of it.
I'm very proud of Coach Cheatham. I think it's very cool that we have a coach that has won so many games. Like, we just went to the Pacers game, and she was announced at like a big NBA game, and I don't think a lot of players can say that they experienced that. So I think it's pretty cool.
Donna's passion for the game, it comes from inside. She's got this fire inside of her that she would love to share with all the kids, and and try to help them become better people and better players. But I think it's on your basic level of being a good human being. She cares about you all the way around, not just basketball.
So Scottsburg is located about 30 miles north of Louisville, Kentucky, and we're about an hour south of Indy. About 6,700 population in Scottsburg, and living here is small town. You can go ask your neighbor. This is still the place where you can go ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar and it's fine. And everybody will chip in and help out organizations and whatever. Everybody knows everybody.
Growing up in a small town like Scottsburg has been great because it's one of those small towns everybody knows everybody and everybody comes out to the games, Saturday nights. Got the big cheer block, crowds roaring. I mean, it's great.
It's home. Scottsburg is home. I grew up here, went to school here, played basketball, softball, volleyball here. I like the small town.
Growing up in Scottsburg is pretty great, especially when your dad's the chief of police.
We're all one big family, and I think that comes through. It's just one big family, whether it's supporting sports or school systems or a kid that's has cancer, and everybody's chipping in to fight for this kid. It's all about community and family.
I'm overwhelmed with the fact that a small Indiana farm girl could take a little leather ball full of hot air after you bounce it a while and accomplish what has been accomplished. And inside me, because God is such a center in my life and He is so important in my life, that I look at the success that I've had as an opportunity to tell people, you don't do this by yourself. Nobody accomplishes anything by themselves. I feel like in life, God opens doors. Yes, I have to walk through the door, but if He didn't open it, I could go nowhere. So if any success I've had, it humbles me and gives me a drive to continue to put God first so that all these things will be added. And I feel like when I get to those gates and receive some award, then possibly I've been able to glorify Him and help people to draw a little bit closer to what I feel so important in life.